So Takiwa are the sponsors of the Roadsport series, which is coming up next here at Croft Circuit. And that's just as soon as the cars from the previous race have been recovered.
Another car we have an onboard camera with is car number 89, which is the diesel Golf of Scott Parkin, who's qualified 14th for this race, and is the quickest car in Class B for the cars of slightly smaller brake horsepower per tonne. I think it's 300 for the cars in Class A and 240, I think, for the cars in Class B. And Scott Parkin is the first of those who we were on board with a moment ago. The driver from South Yorkshire, from Barnsley. He's only been racing for a few seasons, but that Volkswagen Golf with the 2-litre TDI engine producing 270 brake horsepower, weighs just over a tonne. Ex-Volkswagen Racing Cup car that they've converted into a diesel race car. Darkside Developments specialise in diesel engines.
On to row 7, and we get the 187 car of Brad Kaler, the Audi RS3. Next to him is Scott Parkin in the diesel. So 45 minutes on the clock there. The safety car is about to pull into the pit lane for this rolling start. Pit stops, don't forget, 15 to 30 minutes into this race. There's probably 60 seconds at least, 70 seconds. Should be a very interesting race in the prospect. The safety car now pulls in. So it's down to Hampson to control the pace. Red lights on, they go out, and away we go for the first TDI Roadsports race of the season. And heading down towards the first corner, it's Hampson in the lead. Oh, but he takes a lot of curb there, and he spins, takes out Daniel Sylvester. He's going to rejoin the circuit, but he causes other cars to scatter left and right. That was all a little bit messy, Josh.
Fortunately, these drivers are using this as a test session for tomorrow. Look like that at times there. So it is 27 that leads. That's Mark Rice. Up to second is coming in Jones in the BMW Compact. There, though, I'm afraid, it's a very damaged front end to Matthew Hampson's car. That could have got worse, though. Daniel Sylvester there in the Audi TT really saved it quite well as he was sliding across the circuit. But here come the leaders through the cement dust. There through the S's. In the third position has come Rob Baker out of the Volkswagen Golf this year, and that area Motorsport developed car for a road car. It's even got the sat-nav still in it, I noticed. When I had a look around that car this morning. So great to see newly developed cars out there this year. And we're all down in sixth position. We're on Bacon Cole's 53-time Enduro champions. So we'll see how they get on. They've made a good start up ahead there of the Sayat of Colin Gillespie using P4. Then Luke Handley, who's upgraded his Golf to Class A specification for this year. Another multiple Club Enduro class champion, and then completing the top 6 at Huawei is Nigel Greensall in his BMW M3. So 6 cars from the lead across the line, and a challenge for the lead. Here comes Ian Jones around the outside of Mark Rice, and he's got lots of power in that BMW Compact. Can he get the car stopped at the end of the straight? He can. So into P1 goes the oldest car by far in this group.
Yeah, and got one of the pits as well. That's the 701 car of the Wilmots. That's out of the race, but no, great effort that from Ian Jones down the straight of shape power past Mark Rice and into the lead of the race then. Rob Baker there in third place in that Golf. Golf's third and fourth at the moment then. There is the 151 car, which is slowing that of Colin Gillespie.
Yeah, it's slowing down towards Tower, and that car is going to find the cut back to the pit lane. Yes, it is. That's a reliability issue it would seem with one of the Sayats. I don't know if he got involved in any on the first corner or not, but Colin Gillespie is limping very much so back to the pit lane. There you can see the British racer and Marshall might need to give him a bit of a hand, I think, to get to the pit lane.
Yeah, gravity just about on the seat. It's a very slight down slope to the pit lane entrance from where they are, but let's have a look at some on-track battling. That's the 46 car going through. That's Jack Wright in the Golf up on the inside of the 33, while Matthew Green also going past the number 33 Honda Integra of Liam Collins as well.
Looks like the Sayat have hit him, and it's got some sort of spillage in the car. It looks like cloths being put into the passenger side of the door. Spillage in the cockpit. Anyway, let's have a look at the lead battle. because there's that new area Motorsport Volkswagen Golf of Rob Baker, making a much tighter line than a type of car he's never used to. He's been racing a Seat over the last few years, and at the moment he's trying to chase down the Seat there of Mark Rice. 380 brake horsepower, big turbocharged Volkswagen Golf there. Then for Rob Baker with his teammate now just behind him, Luke Handley. So for the last 3 years, Rob Baker's won Class A, Club Enduro, Luke Handley's won Class B. They're both in the same class this year. They look pretty similarly paced in the early stages of this one. Nigel Greensill just behind and catching them, I reckon. Josh Lawton in his Honda Civic.
Yeah, absolutely right. So we keep an eye on Josh 10, starting 7th, is 6th. Absolutely is making into pit lane, by the way. Is that the leader a bit out of shape? We have to see there maybe. Ian Jones at the back of the lead that we're watching. Mark Rice there in second, Ron Baker with them as well.
Smoky, the compact as it was breaking down here into the complex. Still got yellow flags as the marshals retreat to the post after pushing that into the pit lane. Ian Jones, did he get hit under yellow flags?
I think,
there?
yes, there was some contact. Ian Jones has got his hand out of the window there, saying, what on earth's going on with the yellow flags? I'm getting a nudge there from Mark Rice. Mark Rice is still there in second place, with Rob Baker right behind him. The Mazda there has just been out of the pit lane, hasn't it?
And while he was being lapped, Nigel Greensill got up ahead of Luke Handley as they went through Hawthorne.
Let's have a look at a replay of that incident up there at the hairpin just a moment ago, Josh.
Yes, the yellow flags already, so already in yellow flags here, which means trying to slow down, be prepared to stop, and Ian Jones was doing that, and the rear end of the car got lifted up there by contact. So I suspect race control will be looking at that one.
Right. Anyway, racing continues here at Croft, and we are on lap 3.
Josh Lawton was catching. He's done the fastest lap of the race. He's a second quicker than anybody else. So the Honda Civic there, car number 10, is the quickest car in the race. The driver from Hull, local-ish to Croft Circuit here, the ex-Time Attack racer in his 1994 Honda Civic EG with a K24 supercharged engine, and lots of power in that car. All over the back now, Luke Handley, as they battle over 5th place. Yellow flags are in this time, so they can race this time through the complex. And Ian Jones, therefore, brakes later, turns into the hairpin, not under pressure from Mark Rice. Past one of their cars is in the middle of the road as they turn their way out of the hairpin. Still in 3rd place is Rob Baker, and then up to 4th, Nigel Greensill looks quicker than all of them, perhaps unsurprisingly, the 8th historic racer there in P4. Then a gap back to Luke Handley, who's still ahead of Josh Lawton, who's all sideways over the curbs, and he saves it, but a big moment there.
Indeed a big moment. So here is the race leader, Ian Jones still, 6/10 to the good, 4/10 I should say to the good at the beginning of the lap. He's being chased by Mark Rice here. There's Nigel Greensill looking as if he's going to try and make a move there on Rob Baker as well in that BMW. Nigel Greensill raced all kinds of different cars over the years. And there's the Gillespie car that's made its way into the pit lane, and it's the Baker car there to kind of gap back there a little bit further to Luke Handley in 5th position. Just about 7 minutes of this race so far. We've actually already packed into those seconds. Here's the leader, who is shortly going to catch up with some traffic in the form of the number 82 Mark Lane Honda Civic.
And it's side by side for the lead into the hairpin. Could round the outside. He's trying Mark Rice. Ian Jones here. You can see he's on the inside of the Seat there. They run side by side through the circuit, through the corner. Ian Jones doesn't give a huge amount of room to the Seat driver. He's all over the grass. He's going to lose momentum, lose positions there. So around the outside of the hairpin tends not to work here, of course, particularly when there isn't that much room given for 2nd place. Traffic just about coming into effect there, so Nigel Greensill wasn't able to lunge up the inside of Rob Baker, which he gave a little bit of a look to do.
It also meant that Mark Rice has been delayed getting past that back marker as well, so he's going to lose ground there as well to Nigel Greensill, so he's lost quite a few car lengths. So it's BMW leading, Ian Jones, Volkswagen Golf in 2nd now, Rob Baker, BMW in 3rd, Nigel Greensill, and the car off there is number 25. That's the car that Leslie Charnocker was sharing, but it is looking in quite a bad way, that Josh.
I'm going to stop in front and get back going by the looks of it. I think it's Rob Smith who is sharing with X Historic on the Ford Racer, but I'm not sure if Rob is going to get a go. Look at the Porsche there for Les. X-Ferrari Challenge Racer turning this year in a Porsche. Got the Porsche a little bit beaten up now.
Just checking the detail of the start drive there, and it was indeed Rob starting that. So we'll see about that. Anyway,
two of the leaders, still Rob Baker ahead of Nigel Greensill. They're still both behind Ian Jones. They turn their way here around through and out of the hairpin. This is all looking very competitive though, isn't it? With Luke Handley not that far behind, then Josh Lawson in 6th, then Dan Sylvester in 7th. There can't be much more than a second between each of those cars. So we've had them indeed the first 10 minutes of racing here in the Tigiwa Roadsports Series. That big curb popping moments for a few drivers as they go through there. Looks like Daniel Sylvester's Audi team didn't get too badly damaged in that first lap incident he was involved in. Top three pretty close, 1.4 seconds between Jones, Baker and Greensill as they go down towards Tower.
as Greensill had a big look down the inside of Baker for second place there as they went into Tower Corner, couldn't quite make it work. Now of course all of the, actually the first 4 drivers, the first 4 cars all have 2 drivers in, so we should see how things pan out in the second car of the race. Are the second drivers going to be as quick as the drivers in first? We'll have to see about that. We'll be having the pit lane open in the next 5 minutes or so.
Right, so there's Porsche in the just down sunny, so in the parked up I think for a marshal post, steaming away. Mark Bryce there has caught Baker and Greensill. More cars in trouble though.
Charles Kirk, isn't it?
Let's see Cooper. On his way back to the pit lane. Meanwhile, the second place is pretty much side by side up across the line. This time Nigel Greensill's on the outside line, heading up towards Clarebone. I think BMW's got the power to spot those big turbocharged on the Volkswagen Golf. Nigel Greensill is able to slot through then into second position. Didn't qualify perhaps as well as he would like. I noticed Greensill went out first when it went a bit damper, so perhaps that might be something to do with him. And now he's using his pace to claw his way now into second position. And he's actually in Jones. Can he hang on to second position first of all?
Yeah, he's not getting away from Rob Baker yet. Mark Bryce right with them as well in the Cupra. They're turning their way around Tower Corner, just letting Ian Jones start to build up a small lead here. It was 1.3 seconds at the start of the lap. Class B, that's being led by Scott Parkin. He's 8th overall in 89, and problems there for Rory Melia in that Mini number 191. Looks like he is out of the race. In great shape for Rory Melia then, and he is the other half of Sammy Bond, who's also in this race.
Well, Sammy Bowling, he's got away with 20. They have Class B Mini. Here's Savannah second, third, and fourth through the complex. A few minutes when the pit window opens. And this is Ian Jones through the traffic. So we might be pulled away, pulled clear from Nigel Greensill, who runs out wider than Rob Baker. But tightest line of all is with the Stayat of Mark Bryce. But quite a good enough exit there to challenge up towards Clairvaux. So the gap is 2.4 seconds now. So Ian Jones back to Nigel Greensill, which would suggest their co-drivers may not be as quick as who is at the wheel now. Into the pits has come down to Vesta, and there's a tyre on the grass in front of us. So whether those two facts are related, I'm unsure.
Yeah, not quite sure where that's come from. See if we can figure that out as the race goes on. I think we're though 2.5 minutes away from opening. I don't think we've got a chance to finish representative. On Matt Creeters that leads Class C in 19th position overall as we are watching
Class D leader.
Yes.
Parkin. He's up to 7th overall now. He's had a really good run. He's only a few hundredths off the Rock Horseful lap record. There's an Audi just ahead of him, the RS3, who was behind him. So I think Scott Parkin's lost actually a couple of places at the start of the lap. Firstly to the Stayat started by Andrew Rapp, also to Brad Kaler in his Audi RS3. you to the lane.
So if I bring it up the position there. So we are working lap 9 on this race.
Green's also a quick lap, I reckon. He's much closer to Ian Jones and much further ahead of Rob Baker. So we're seeing Nigel Greensill, who was 2.4 seconds behind, set a fastest lap of the race as they go up across the line now then. And as the timing screen refreshes, he has a 1 minute 28.40, new fastest lap then for Nigel Greensill, who's all away from the back of third with Rob Baker and Mark Rice.
Okay, so we'll see if we can get on terms with the race leader then. Bound to be a possibility, one would think. There's Mark Rice pushing his lights at Rob Baker. Is he going to try and go through here at Tower Corner? Because he looked like he intended to, and he's took back in behind. Rob Baker just seems to be a little bit quicker through the corners, is the Cupra of Mark Rice. As is the Golf of Rob Baker, which hands over to Golf for the second part of the race. Fourth to fifth, a long gap back to Luke Camden now in fifth position. Who's only just ahead of that Josh Norton Honda number 10.
I think Dan Sylvester might come back out into the race. I do wonder if that was his tyre. We saw them go adrift out of the complex. Meanwhile, we watch very sideways Ginetta that's spun. That's the 101 car, which is Andy Shepherd in his Ginetta G40. A more standard machine. We had a big spin there coming out of the S's, and hopefully the next minute we'll be able to get back going, but we can continue to watch this
side
battle.
by side for the lead though as they head down towards Clervaux Corner now, and it's Nigel Greensill that's taken the lead. He's got ahead of Ian Jones now, so number one, where are we? Let's get the numbers right in a minute, but it is now the 40 car that's taken the lead. It was just ahead as they went over the line, ahead of the 117 car of Ian Jones in second place. 3 seconds clear of the next group of cars now, but on the straight, Nigel Greensill was just able to power past the BMW Compact of Ian Jones, which is in its own right quite quick in a straight line.
It's pretty impressive really what they've done, Martin Gadsby's done with that BMW Compact, isn't it, to be not that much lower than Nigel Greensill, who's such an experienced and rapid driver in a full M3.
That 101 Ginetta, which had the spin, is just driving down the pit lane, by the way, so it clearly was unscathed.
But they could be a pit stop too, if they want it to be, because we are into the pit stop window, so expect cars to eventually start pitting. There's Liam Crilly out there, back with us from the 750 Motor Club. He's in 12th position in his BMW Z4. We saw quite a lot of Liam Crilly in the past. He's just behind Johnny Mondays on the Civic, and just ahead of James Birch in his Corsa. Now that Greensill's ahead, I wonder how much he might be able to pull clear. Have we got the first track limit penalty on the weekend here?
Yeah, and it's gone to the 117 car of Ian Jones, showing Martin Gadsby, showing Gadsby's name on the timing screen there. Ian Jones is the driver out there at the moment. He's come across the line that time, and he has had a 1.69 seconds behind Greensill, plus the 5-second penalty that will be added to the race time at the end of the race.
That's one of the cars with a 10-second on the pit stop as well. French gearbox, Jones and Gadsby pairing. Into the pit lane comes the Class B leader, Scott Parkin. Brakes late at the 60 km/h marker. There he is in the pits, the Darkside Golf that did lead its class by, I think, about 20 seconds or so from Johnny Monday, who we saw a moment ago. There's the pit stop then, down in the pit lane.
Yeah, we're on board with Scott while this is all going on. Just 60 seconds stop under normal circumstances as a minimum. He's then in the number 89 car. As we're watching here, the Audi come towards us. That's the Brad Kaler car, 187, and he's got a head now of 92, which was Andrew Raff that started that Seat Cupra that's just behind him. So another position made up there for Brad Kaler, number 187, who started 13th on the grid. He's now up inside, well, it'll actually be sixth. It is sixth position as things stand.
Race leader, Nigel Greensill, completes lap number 12 of this race as Jim Benson in car 59 into the pits, and his Lotus Elite, he was in about 17th, I think, before he pitted. Also into the pits for a driver change is Jack Wright to hand over to, I think it's his brother George in their Volkswagen Golf. They're at the commentary box end of the pit lane. It's Josh Lawton, one of our first front runners to come in out of 5th position, just driven, solo driven. There comes the Civic into the pits. Race lead out, by the way, 1.2 seconds between Nigel Greensill and Martin Gadsby. Only a couple of seconds further back, Rob Baker on the last lap through traffic. Mark Rice lost out. He's a further 3 seconds behind Baker. And I'd suggest here with the driver changes, the lead car, by the way, is another one with a 10-second longer pit stop in sequential box. So I think the lead battle will be between Cole Swift and William Beach in the second half.
And I think that might be always what it was going to be, given the different drivers that are going to be getting into the cars driven by Ian Jones and Nigel Greensill as well. Possibly those were the quicker drivers, I think, in those two constructed cars as well.
Yeah, you're right. So it'll be interesting to see how that all shakes out in the second half of this race. There's that battle between Brad Taylor and Andrew Ratton just went through short. Here is Liam Crilly, who's just ahead of the Vauxhall Corsa we spoke about earlier on. James Birch is into the top dozen now. A really good effort this in the Vauxhall Corsa just behind the BMW Z4. Into the pit lane comes Ian Jones out of second position. The BMW Compact is in now to hand over to Carl Road and Martin Gadsby. Perhaps a good idea while the pit lane's quite empty.
This is actually the battle for second place in Class B as things stand going through there, with Liam Crilly and James Birch going for a shot at the Jim Clark S's.
It's on one of our Class C front runners. Alex Richardson, he was second in Class C, a little way behind Matt Creed, who continues to lead the class. He set a new lap record a second under the lap record. Matt Creed is really clear, 1:36.16. Blue flags waving for the slower Honda there into the complex. Liam Crilly then laps that on the Civic, Dominic Barlow. Down to the pit lane with driver changes.
Yeah, I'm down at the Darkside team garage with Rob. So first of all, just tell us what happened with the TT. We saw it came in with no front left tyre.
Yeah, Danny had a little bit of contact earlier with the BMW. Stayed out one
Obviously a shame for his race, especially after qualifying so well. But you've got the B-Class lead before the pit stop just now with Scott, so things are looking good there.
Yeah, but the B-Class lead.
Thanks for the update. Ian, let's go back to you.
Thanks, Chris. And there is the car of Nigel Greensill, which is leading on the road at the moment by about 3.5 seconds from Rob Baker in second place. It's Mark Rice in third. The camera's just on another commentary box window is in fourth position as we are approaching the halfway point, Josh.
In the pit stop, Josh Lawton is right up ahead of Martin Gadsby, so good pit stop there from Josh Lawton. That could be a car for the podium, I would suspect, in the course of this race. You know, he's got, well, I was going to say he's got a clear track, but the pit stop here is basically a whole lap, isn't it? 60-second station, about 30 seconds into hours, about a lap around this course. There's Luke Handley, who's lapping Sammy Bowler in her Mini. So Luke Handley goes through then the multiple Class B champion within Club Enduro. It's upgraded Volkswagen Golf and a Bavaria Motorsport car. There's Josh Lawton back in line for his Honda Civic. I think, is that just behind Josh Lawton? Scott Parkin. Scott Parkin has also made a good pit stop here. So we just heard from one of his team members in the Darkside team, TDIs. Parkin going well. They turn their way down. He's just behind the Class C leader, Matt Creed, who's at that lap record. More cars in the pit lane. That's a driver change. Andrew Rapp to Phil Nim, the Seat there. You can see number 92. See Andrew got out. We have to use the whole breadth of the pit lane past the garages here because of the size of the entry. You can see the cars parking at 45-degree angle. That's the regulation state. And then the leader though, Nigel Greensill, now 4 seconds clear of Rob Baker. And into the pit lane, I think it's come Mark Price, who will hand over to William Beach. And Beach will get in 27. Start the track at one stage. Baker have been similar type of pace over the last few laps. There's that Genetics that got back out after it's been an early stop. Leo out there as well. That's, I think, William Brown, his 182 model. And here we can see Chris Freeman, a number of the area run Golfs, a little bit plainer liveried car. I think that car had a bit of a bash at Anglesey last year, been rebuilt. Chris Freeman currently running in sixth condition and the Class A car, like Baker and like Handley. Now, pit stop's done there with a Seat. Now, it will Beach going to be our leading pit stop. Yes, I think he is. He's making his way through the complex. He's now under yellow flags because the Genetta's been off again, the G40. I think now in the hands of Rob Fenwick, it's handed off into the Andrew Shepherd started Genetta G40. There it is. Now with dust, grass pulling out the bottom of that car.
Yeah, one car, 89. Scott Parkin, of course, who was leading Class B for the pit stop. Liam Crilly now is the leads Class B, although he will be soon into the pits because the final half minutes left before the pit lane window closes. Matt Creed, our Class C leader, is in as well. It's Renault Clio 200 other drivers who've made the decision to stop the last few moments. So as the cars continue on, we've got Martin Gadsby car through, but we will head back down to the pit lane once again and Chris Stevens.
That's what we just saw Mark Rice get out of the car and hand over to teammate William. So that seemed like a very eventful first stint for you.
Yeah, it certainly was. At the opening few laps I had gear change issues, so 1 minute it wouldn't select, next minute it select 2 gears in a row, so I was having to do it manually on the stick, and then I got the gear sticks working afterwards, and then I just had a little tap into the last turn with the BMW in front of me, and then the next lap or 2 laps down I was going around the outside and it didn't leave me really much room, and I ended up going on the grass. So yeah, it was very eventful, yeah.
And we expected that back to continue throughout the rest of the race?
Yes, I would think so, yeah. It took me a back to get the tyres clean again, so I lost a bit of grip, and then it's just a matter of dealing with the back markers who are having their own race. So obviously we have got to try and find a way around them, depending on where you capture them, depending on whether you lose ground or gain ground on the one in front.
And of course you guys are also out tomorrow in the club enduro as well, so how much are you trying to protect the car and not get any damaged panels or ruin the car for tomorrow's race?
Yeah, that's it. The last thing we want to do really is have the mechanics working all night, fixing the car and the damage, so we've just got to take that in mind. But with it being the first race of the season as well, we sort of want to get a feel of what it's going to be like tomorrow, because quite a few of them around us, the Baker car, they're all in the same race tomorrow, so we have an idea of what's going to happen. We've got 2 hours to do it tomorrow.
Oh, thanks for chatting to us, Mark. Guys, as you can see, it's an absolute hive of activity in the pit lane here, so let's go back upstairs to you.
Yeah, and right behind you, Chris, we've got Nigel Greensall into the pits in the number 40 car, Tanner James Collins, so you might be able to have a chat with him in a moment. Josh?
So the car that's racing against Will Beach is just making its way up towards the hairpin now. So can Will Beach be our lead in pit stop, get out ahead of James Collins? Even though the BMW has the longer pit stop to serve, and it's, it's still a lot behind, isn't it?
Yeah, so Grice goes past the Collins car now, so Collins car is just pulling away from this pit stop and is 15 seconds ahead the Mark Grice Will Beach car there. So that is for the lead of the race. I think Rob Baker's still staying out, isn't he, in the lead of the race? He's number 1 at the moment, Josh.
So is Luke Candy, so is Chris Freeman, so there's going to be an area motorsport strategy how to run this, and they're going to have to pit on the next lap or so, aren't they? Because the pit window shuts in 2.5 minutes. So therefore, they need to eat 1 more in, but no more than that. So Rob Baker's going to get the driving today.
Dan Sylvester's back in for the pits again, so this will be for his mandatory stop this time, isn't it?
Yeah, because he was just a couple of minutes too early with the tyre issue. It's left me so it was from that car. I did wonder. The tyre fell off and then he was straight into the pit lane basically. Chris Stevens is he down the pit lane this morning?
I'm in the
sort of involved, and I was just being really cautious and careful. Our prime bit this afternoon is to get James, my co-driver, car owner. So James Collins, he needs to finish the race and see on his licence, and it's his first season of racing, so we're just trying to build his spirits and build it up. But everyone was getting a little crazy down in the first corner, so unfortunately I managed to avoid all of that, and then just took the time to pick them off one at a time. So really pleased. James and his team have done a great job on the car, and it's a pleasure to drive.
It certainly looks very fast out there. What do you think you're doing there?
No idea at the moment. We've got a bit of a gear shift issue at the moment, where when I'm shifting up, it's getting neutrals and stuff. So that's quite intimate. So I've briefed James when he got out there. He's a very smart, intelligent driver. So I said to him, just take your time. We're not worried about where we finish off. The main thing is to get to the finish of the race and have fun.
Absolutely. Well, we wish you all the best. And Ian, just before we go back onto your other side, let you know that there are some spots of rain just starting to come down. Feel them all by the back of the neck of the car, but my hands not making the tarmac just yet. The sun is starting to go.
Pit lane window is now closed, and in the nick of time, Rob Baker did make it in there, but also he's picked up a 5-second penalty for exceeding track limits during the course of this race. So it's handed over to Carlsworth now, but that costs a 5-second penalty, Josh.
Got out ahead of Ruby, probably by about 5 seconds, I'd suggest. So that's going to be interesting to see who has the pace, who gets the best of the traffic. At the end of this lap, we'll be able to give a proper rundown of the order. There's James Collins in one of his first races. I think he and Nigel Greensill was competing in the first day of the British Motorsport season at the end of February. A bit more than him today at Croft. So we'll see how James gets on. He's done a lap time within 4 seconds of Nigel Greensill's best, so that's not a bad effort. I think he's got the flashers on permanently, which is like luck. No, it's not again. So there's James Collins. So I think he's inside the top 6, probably around 4th. Chris is busy man in the pit lane. He's got more people to talk to.
Joined there by Rob Baker from the #1 area motorsports car. Now, Rob, of course, big news for you this year is that you got a brand spanking new car out there. So how's it performing so far?
Well, it's actually one of our Class B Golfs from last year that we brought to Class A, and we've only had one dry day testing, so we've booked onto this to get some dry running and some data and see what we can improve. But the racer in me maybe go after positions, and I think we come in P2 as people in front of me overtaken on the yellows P1, and so I don't know what's happened with that. I haven't looked at the timing screen, but the car feels good for straight out of the box. We've got one dry test day this year, so pretty happy with it.
And we expect the same performance in the Club Enduro tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll be at Club Enduro tomorrow, and like I say, we're kind of using this as a test, but obviously you want to win, don't you? So that's what we're going for.
Absolutely great. Carl's out there in the car at the moment. How do you think he's going to end up by the end of the race?
I mean, hopefully the car felt good when I brought it into him. I don't know where other people were in pit stops, but we'll be happy with anything, to be honest. It's the first time the car's raced at this power, so we'll be happy with, top 5 in general, so anything better than that's a bonus.
Awesome. Well, thanks for talking to us. Ian, Josh, let's go back up to you.
Yeah, but it's not good news for Rob Baker and Carlsworth, because their penalty is now a 15-second penalty. It's not just 5 seconds. So this is the order as things stand before we take penalties into account. Rob Baker and Carlsworth #1 lead on the road by 5 seconds, but have a 15-second penalty. Second is 27. That's Will Beach now, having taken over from Mark Bryson from part 27, as I say. Third is number 51, Luke Handley. Fourth is number 40, that's James Collins and Nigel Greensill. That is a 5-second penalty. Fifth is the 187 car for Brad Taylor. Sixth is number 10, Josh Lawton. Seventh and leading Class B is number 89, Scott Parkin. Eighth, number 4 is Chris Freeman, another driver with 15 seconds of penalties. Ninth is number 92, that's the Holiday and Southland Euro Cup car. And 10th is number 12, Liam Craig, who's second in Class B. And in Class C, at the moment, is it still Matt Creed that is leading there? Just scrolling down the order, and yeah, it is Matt Creed. But he has a 5-second penalty, but it shouldn't drop him back into the
See track limits again, because that penalty will get larger pretty quickly. There's not that many places where we can exceed track limits. Penalties being dished out in this race. This corner is particularly prone to it though. You run wide out of the Jim Clark S's and run off the road. That tends to be where you get it. New fastest lap, new lap record I think, yes, for Dan Sylvester. Despite that contact at the beginning, pit stop to change the tyre, but Dan Sylvester, a new lap record, 1 minute 28.08 in his Audi TT TFSI. So it's a long way down the order, but that car's got good pace.
It certainly does. It would be maybe in Premier 16th position, but he's not going to get towards the sharp end of the field. It looks like at the moment it could be sort of track limits penalties that decide things. I know that Rob Baker in the interview there was suggesting that there may have been some misdemeanors for drivers overtaking the yellow flag as well, so possibly there'll be some issues for the course to look at after the race as well, and maybe some penalties applied. So we'll see if the order on track is how similar that is to the order towards the classification.
James Collins is within a couple of seconds of Nigel Greenson's lap right now, and he's starting to catch Luke Handley for third overall. And they have got this track limit penalty themselves, haven't they? But James Collins doing a good job, I would suggest there. So Nigel has been coaching him. Whenever Nigel talks, he always sounds so enthusiastic about everything, doesn't he? And just like he was last week in Donington again today. There's Johnny Monday back racing with us, doing some C1 racing for his mate Chris Freeman over the last couple of years. He's back out this on the Civic, and he is in fourth in Class B, but not far behind James Birch, who's third, and Ian Philly, who's second. So third and fourth in Class B, pretty close to one another. There's Dan Sylvester, the fastest driver on the circuit. He's unlapping himself at the moment as he goes down to his tower. Chris said it was raining a few minutes ago. The sun's out now. The rain was nothing like we had on Monday, so that's pleasing, I'm sure, for everybody, and the weather in recent.
Yeah, which is good.
Josh Lawson, though, was doing well in the first part. He dropped back in the pit window early in the race, didn't he, down to 6.
Yeah.
But he's only a few seconds behind Brad Taylor. See if he can catch neither of those guys.
That's right. So six cars Sylvester at the moment.
One of the front runners in Class B is making an unscheduled stop. It's the Vauxhall, James Bird.
From 12th position overall, and I think he was third in flats at the time he went in. So he's heading into the pit lane, unfortunately for him.
8.5 minutes to go. The gap on the road, 3.6 seconds. We know the penalty that overhangs Rob Baker's car. So reality in the beach leads the way to capture Sayat. Then Josh Lawson though on that supercharge. Honda Civic, next time attack machine, lots of aero on that machine. Rear wing as well. And then the 26-year-old Hull makes his way through Dan Sylvester then, who's actually in 16th place now, but he's soon going to gain more positions, I would think. As he turns his way there through the S's, managed to unlap himself against Brad Caylor, I think, recently, right in 5th place, and that is a passing position, I think. He goes up the inside of Robert Andrade, who's making his racing debut this weekend, driver from Wolverhampton, in the ex-Bruce Winfield Sayat, a race winner last weekend. Second up to
He's done some sprint and time attack before this. Probably run by Matthew Taylor. For Robert. There is Sylvester then, the fastest man in this race, in 16th position overall. Now we're taking a look at the 51 car. That's Luke Handley in third position. He's about 4 seconds ahead on the road of car number 40, which is James Collins now, who since he's taken over the BMW from Nigel Greensson.
yeah, they just lacked the Genetto the Roscoe car now in the hand of Matthew Kickoff. I know running into the multi-litre Duratec engine. So they're making their way through. 6.5 minutes to go. There's Martin Gadsby, where's he dropped to? 13th. Yeah, he's that last lap at least, the best part of 10 seconds a lap slower than Ian Jones was doing in that car earlier. And that is the position, isn't it? Dan Sylvester behind him, who's I think pretty quickly going to get the Audi up ahead of the BMW Compact. Not an easy car to drive, that was the Compact, with all that power, much more power than it was designed to have. But very well in the first part by Ian Jones. There's Sylvester, who will take the head now and into 13th position, if he is.
Yeah, heading into the complex once again. Just 6 minutes of the race left to go. There's the 10% of our road going through as well. So 3.84 seconds separating first and second at this point of the race, though. That's Carl Swift and Will Beach. But Swift has got that 15 seconds penalty that will be added to his time, so it's some way getting away. He will be classified third as things stand, second I should say, as things stand, so just get back to the Campbell in third position.
More penalties for the Collins and Greenson BMW, they're up to 15 seconds now.
Scott Parkin, he's got 5, I'm not sure if he had before, but that's going to cost him Class B. He's 7th overall and just quite a long ahead of the second class.
Matt Reed is the Class C leader, setting for that record, so 1:35.32 now, and he leads the class by about 25 seconds over Sammy Bowler. Oh no, she's Class B, Dan Richardson in the second Class C. Third is the Fenwick Shepherd's car that had the spin early on, the Ginetta, I think. Just go ahead, Will Brown. Third place. The top three Class B, Parkin, Crilly, Monday. We work back 26 just to the race leader. There is Sammy Bowler, but she's in 19th position. She's just been lapped by Dan Sylvester, his comeback drive. The gap is still 3 seconds between the top two. They're very evenly matched, aren't they? Rob Bacon, Cole Swift versus Mark Price and Will Beach. A car that's not in this race but will be factoring tomorrow in with the car that's quickest in testing, I think. One of the quickest cars, which was Joel Oswick, the Class C champion, who's upgraded to the BMW M4. I noticed that was one of the quickest cars in testing yesterday. So we have more cars to factor in to the Euro picture. Now there's a Team Dynamics Audi that's entered as well. Left of his touring cars joining them with the road plus progression. We'll talk about that more tomorrow. There's going to be a lot more cars to factor into already into the competitive race today.
As indeed, and Dan Sylvester in stage races, obviously into our 13th position. This happened earlier on in the race. That's my previous one, Class C leader, that's our Class B second place. Really, 3 minutes of the race left to go. There is the car that, as things stand, is going to take the win, not on the road. It's still about 3 seconds behind Carl Swift, about 4 seconds or so behind. Now that's Will Beach in the 210 Cupra. And on the road still it's Carl Swift leading in that Golf. That's got the next 15 seconds of track limits penalties. A moment there for number 14, that was John Monday in the Honda Civic. He got on the brakes for Clervaux, but he got the car out of the corner okay.
He's catching Ian Crilly for second, that's why he's pushing on, the second in Class B I should say. So there's the BMW then for ahead, there's Johnny Monday in the Honda. So that is a potential gap to watch over the last couple of so laps of this race. He come down pretty significantly on the last lap. There's Luke Handley. He's there still in third place. He's 24 seconds behind the leader. 7 seconds ahead of James Collins, who's being taught by Brad Taylor in the Audi. And there's Handley again. There's our going to become our race leader after the penalties are applied. Will Beach in the Sayat. And here's Collins. Sylvester trying to unlap himself, then just behind is Brad Taylor. Collins penalty on the road position for laps in potentially, aren't they?
Possibly so, yeah.
Not being that way. 3.5 seconds between them on the road. Another personal best up in front of Will Beach. They went through, I think, 8 laps of the race. And here then is James Collins versus Brad Kaler, with Dan Sylvester between them, a lap behind. They head here down to the fairway. Cars that will be backing it out tomorrow. Here. Again, only a couple of seconds a lap lower than Nigel Green. So he lets Sylvester go, so that means Kaler's going to be right behind him. At the end of the day, I guess it doesn't really matter if Kaler gets through. It's good to see them side by side heading up to the tower corner. Nevertheless, was Kaler going to find a way past here?
Probably is. As Nigel Green's always saying, the priority for James is to get the race licence having finished the race. So I think it was wise not to defend too hard and risk an accident.
Here's the leader, Cole Swift. One lap to go.
No checkered flag goes out. Checkered flag does wave, in fact. It's right to touch and go. So the win on the road goes to Carl Swift, but it will be, in fact, Will Beach and Mark Rice that will be classified as the winner because they don't have the 15-second penalty that Rob Baker and Carl Swift do. So then I think Luke Hamley's going to cross the line now in third place, and it will be third place.
Brad Kaler dived up the inside of James Collins at the final corner, so he did get past him on the road, but only just. Here into the final corner comes Scott Parkin. Again, he's got a penalty, but unlike the overall leader, he's got a big enough gap. So here comes Scott Parkin in the Darkside TDI Golf to win Class B. As he takes the checkered flag now.
Does indeed. So Scott Parkin then our Class B winner. Finishes in 7th place overall. So I think that's everyone home now, so surely we'll be able to bring you the provisional results of that race. Of course, this is before all the penalties will necessarily have been applied, but there you can see on the roads at least Rob Baker, Carl Swift, the winners on the road, but they've got 15 seconds to be added to their times. That will drop them to second behind number 27 Mark Rice and William Beach, third number 51 Luke Handley, fourth Brad Kaler in 187, fifth is going to be number 40. That's the car of James Collins and Nigel Greenswell, but we're actually behind Josh Lawton once the times are made. So number 10, Josh Lawton will be 5th, 40 Collins and Greenswell 6th. Scott Parkin, 7th, number 89, winning Class B.
Let's go and talk to the Class B winner, which was Scott Parkin. Scott, hello, hi. Yes, so obviously a bit of a misfortune with your A-Class teammate, but you've brought home the Class B win.
Yeah, I overtook his tyre as he were coming in the pits, so his tyre just went rolling down the pit lane, and I carried on the straight. So yeah, a bit of a shame for him, but I think he's got the fastest lap, so he'll probably take a little bit of that out of it as well. So. Yeah,
and what about you? Any dramas on your end?
I saw that I got a track limits penalty, but it looked like everybody did because the number were changing every lap. So I think that's probably through the Jim Clark S's on the exit. Yeah, not too many dramas really. There were quite a lot of traffic, and some people were sort of like jumping out of the way and then they'd catch you off guard. But yeah, that's to be expected. There's a big difference in abilities. You know, it's some people's first race, so you've got to take that into consideration. So yeah, pretty happy with that. So.
Well, great stuff. Congratulations on the class win, and hopefully we'll see you out again soon. You in the club enjoy?
Yeah, hopefully same. I'll be talking to you again tomorrow. Hopefully.
Yeah, well, I'll see you there.
I'll jinxed it though now, so I probably won't. Yeah. Thank you very much.
Yeah, cheers.